Hello again, I'm back. God, my beard's a mess. So, not the video I had planned, not even the second video I had planned. In fact, I've actually just filmed one which I'm not going to be uploading because it's pretty much doing the same as what I'm telling you now, but I filmed it in the car. So, I had a video planned for today. I was going to go on a bit of a hike, so I was planning that out. It's the first time in 10 years, something like that, that I've actually had a lie-in. I was up quite late last night playing on games on my computer with some of my friends, so that we got a bit tied up with that. But yeah, I usually don't sleep much past 7 o'clock, so I had a hike planned, ended up sleeping in late. So by the time we'd finalised where I was going and I put the route in on my commute map and we'd worked out any little bits that we wanted to see, it had got a bit late. I think it said the hike was going to be about 4.5 hours according to commute. That's based off somebody who is considerably fitter than me. That's probably about 5 hours for me, maybe 5.5, or depending on how well my ankle holds up. So either way, by this point it was about 12 o'clock. It's going dark at 4ish at the moment, so it wasn't a good idea to go out. I was going to take the dogs with us, so would have ended up losing, especially Tina, she's virtually black, would have ended up losing her. So that went out the window. So I wanted to make sure I got a video out today because it's been a week. Obviously, as you all know, I've decided I was taking a week off and I'm going back to my normal recording schedule. Obviously, I did all them videos over November. I wanted 40 videos in 30 days, so I filmed every single day. Some days 2 or 3 videos a day I got in, so it was quite taxing and quite demanding on my time, as well as everything else that I'm doing in my life with work and my studies and stuff. So it's nice to have that bit of a break. So I took a bit of time off from doing that. So anyway, I've digressed again. So I'm back on the normal schedule. I was going to go and do that. I wanted to get a video out, so I decided what else can I do. So I spoke to Dylan and I've got some more equipment that I need to review, stuff that I haven't brought to the channel yet. So there's a tent that's very close to my heart that I've got. It's one of my first ever wild camping tents that I had since I started wild camping again. And it was something that I really wanted, and I find it's a very underrated and very not talked about tent. And I want to talk about the reasons why I think that is, because I'm very aware as to probably why people don't. So that's what we was going to do. So we came out, got it in the car, got packed up, couldn't find the pegs for it, so I had to find where my spare pegs was. We put them in, got everything ready, got here. Clearly because we're all flustered because we wasn't planning on getting this video out, but it was planning to do something different. It was rushing. I forgot to bring my tripod, which isn't the biggest drama in the world. I've got my mini one with me, the Gorilla Pod style one. I could film from that. It wouldn't be the most artistic-y of videos, but it'd work. We could have dealt with it. A lot of my earlier videos were filmed off that, so you know, it's one of them things. We got here, like I said, I've got no tripod with me, but it doesn't matter. I can still film without that. So I go to get my mics out the car where I normally store them. Mics aren't there. I know exactly where my mics are. They're in my 35 litre sack because it's got the little pouches on the front, and I didn't take them out there last time I used it, so that's where the mics are. So yeah, so it ends up no mics. So once again, it's not the be all and end all. I like to be the optimist with it. I've filmed before without mics, I've filmed before without the tripod. When I started the channel I didn't have either, so it's fine. I can still do it. I can get clever with me editing, I can speak slightly louder, I can clean my voice up. These are things that I can do, so it's manageable. I then gets out, and this is why we get to why I don't want to walk in the mud, because I've come out in the Merrell barefoot shoes, which are literally the least waterproof shoes on the planet. I've spoke about these shoes before. They're not something I overly rate, but they were quick to chuck on. They were near the stairs when I was setting off, so it was just, oh, for f***'s sake. I'll have to cut that bit out. Yeah, so they were just something that was handy to put on. Where we was going to have a look at this tent was, it's a dryish area anyway, where we go. As it turns out, it was another fault of mine. I actually drove to the wrong place. We're down near where we used to do a lot of the reviews, but we don't generally come down here because of the flooding at the minute. This is actually where I'm walking, is where I filmed my first video. Yeah, I was going to do them, and it gets out the car, goes to get the gear out the back, stands in an enormous puddle, feet are soaking wet through, so I took that as an omen. Not filming, it's not happening today. Somebody's telling me that filming is a bad idea and I shouldn't get it done. So I packed up, put it in the car. I don't let it beat me down. I was going to put a post up, I started writing it, tried publishing it. For some reason it won't let me post, so I don't know where that's gone. So what I did was I filmed a little bit of a snippet in the car and just sort of reiterated what I put in the post, which is very similar to this. That I'm not putting a video out today. There's not much point. I think it's about 3 o'clock now, running out of daylight, we're running out of time, and it's just not going to happen, you know. I'm a firm believer that if the world's trying to tell you not to do something, don't bother doing it. So that was put away. But then, upon filming that video, I thought, well, I'm already here, you know, my feet are already wet. So instead of sitting in my car and filming something for 20 seconds explaining why I've not done it, why not make the best of it? We'll have a bit of a walk, we'll get out and we'll go from there, and we'll have a look at some of the damage caused by the flooding. I have got a clip I've just filmed, I'll add that in here now, of where the banks are collapsing. So where we live on the Mersey, it's quite common and that happens. So they're just dirt banks, and so every time the water floods, the Mersey gets wider where we live. So at some stage, just imagine it'll take over everywhere that we usually camp. Well, usually set up camp. We don't actually camp here, it's too close to civilization. But yeah, everywhere we usually set up, I should imagine it'll get rid of all that. But yeah, there's quite a lot of the banks that fell into the water. Like I said, it's common practice. But yeah, so it was a case of, let's get out and do it, let's go and enjoy it. So like I said before, you know, I want the things that I do to inspire people. It's a lot of it's for me. It inspires me when I'm feeling down and in the dumps to get up and do it. And I thought the fact that this motivated me to get up and get out and actually still film something just off doing that little bit in the car, it was definitely something that needed to be documented, because it's exactly what I want to be doing. It's exactly how I want to be feeling. If I'm feeling a bit down and a bit deflated by stuff, don't let it do that. You know, get up off me behind, get out and just do something. And that's what I'm doing. You know, I'd got in the car, my seatbelt was on, the engine was running, I was going, and I said to Dylan, wherever the hell he's gone, because he seems to have disappeared, you know, let's go, let's get a bit of a walk in, let's get moving. So we did, and we're here now. We're in a bit of a woodlands. I found him, and we're out having a little bit of a walk. You know, we're getting a little bit in. I'm still filming a video. It's not going to be the most riveting of videos, I should imagine, but I'm out there doing it. And like I've always said, if you're lacking motivation, take this as inspiration. I didn't want to film this video. The world was giving me an omen. It was telling me filming was a stupid idea, but I've decided I'm doing it anyway. I'm getting up, getting out and doing it, and got a bit more exercising because of it. I've got to see what's happened with the water, and like I said, I wasn't even planning on coming here. I don't know why I've drove here, this isn't the right place, but it is what it is. But all that being said and done, you know, we're out, and if all things hadn't gone wrong, I probably wouldn't have had any form of hike today. Well, I would have if the original plans had gone together, but yeah, I wouldn't have had any hike today if we'd got the tent. So maybe that's what the omen was telling me. Maybe it was telling me that I needed to get out and go for a walk. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't don't film. You know, you never know. And it's where you've got to learn, and I've got to definitely learn not to be so defeatist with stuff. You know, just because things go wrong doesn't mean that you have to stop. Find a way, work your way around it, become the person you want to be, better yourself, get out and do these things. The whole reason that I'm filming these is to get myself out doing stuff. And if I hadn't got out, I'd have failed. Well, no, I've not, so we're out. Got to deal with me. I don't think he looks really impressed with the mud. As you can see, he's full track suited up with his trainers on, so he's going to lose subscribers. At least if you base that off one of my previous videos. Dill's just said he wasn't expecting to come out and do this, he was only expecting to be putting a tent up. which is true, but that's what it is. I'm waffling now, so next week hopefully getting a camping, that's my plan. So my work stuff is slowing down eventually. My on-call duties that I've talked about quite a lot are slowing down. I'm going back now to having 1 week on, 1 week off, so fingers crossed next week I shouldn't be on call anymore and I should be able to get out and get a camping. I think Dill might be coming with me, I'm not too sure yet. I know he's working Sunday, so it all depends on how he feels timescale wise. And I've spoke to one of my other friends, he's a filmer as well, doesn't do anything for YouTube, he does a lot of stuff just for himself and just keeps it, but I am trying to encourage him. But might get him to take control of the camera a little bit because he's quite a bit of a genius really with it. He's good with all that kind of stuff. But we'll see if he comes. And if they don't, then I'll probably just go on my own, do a solo one. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, take every day as it comes. And if this week's anything to go by, I could be doing bloody anything come next week, so we'll see. But either way, I'll try and get a bit more riveting out next week, and I'll catch you in a bit.